Hey guys, this is Devin from RoadTripCentral. Currently on our first road trip. This is the road trip from Virginia to Dallas. We're relocating from Virginia to Dallas. And I'm doing a video on the road trip. If you haven't already seen part of that, keep your eye out for it. But for this video, this is going to be something called RoadTripRant. And I'm just gonna talk about some issues that I've found mostly in the car industry. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about Mustangs, Camaros, Challengers, Chargers. I've got some complaints. I know some other people have complaints about the cars and how they come with all these different engine options. Don't get me wrong, I do understand why they come with all these different engine options, but I just have this strong feeling that a Camaro should only be a V8 and that you shouldn't have the V6 or 4-cylinder options, and that it should be the case for these other cars. I get why they do it. I totally understand. They make a ton of money off of it because obviously lots of people are interested in the base models. You know, they might not care so much about the power or the sound. They care more about the name and what it looks like. But me as a performance car enthusiast, and I'm sure a lot of you can agree with me, but we'd kind of prefer if they just kept them with the V8s. I feel like that's what the car was meant to do. I mean, a Camaro deserves the power and the sound of the V8. And I feel like if, you know, GM wants to have a 4-cylinder rear-wheel drive car for the market, that they should just make a different model. I mean, there's lots of different options that they could go with, and all of them would be decent cars. I personally feel that a 4-cylinder Camaro doesn't deserve a Camaro name. A Camaro doesn't look like a 4-cylinder performance car, so don't have it be a 4-cylinder performance car. Don't have a 6-cylinder. It's not what it was meant to do. The looks are more indicative of, you know, a muscle car or a pony car with a big powerful V8. I don't know. When I had my GTO, that's something that I appreciated about them, and also the Corvettes, is that they only came with V8s. You could not get a GTO with the 6-cylinder or whatever. At least for this newer generation. I haven't done enough research on the old ones, like the 60s. But no, there were only V8s for the 2004, 5, and 6. And all the Corvettes are V8s. I mean, if you really want to get technical, I think maybe the very, very first few years of the very first generation of the Corvette came with a 6-cylinder, but ever since it developed into the car that it was, being a powerful V8 two-door car, it stayed that way, and I think that it should stay that way. Like when you look back at the 90s, the GTRs, they didn't have different engine options. They were all 6-cylinders. I mean, maybe the Skylines were different. Maybe that was a poor example because I don't know enough about them. The 3000 GT had a 3-liter V6 and I had a 3-liter twin-turbo V6. And I don't know if they had a 4-cylinder option. I didn't think it did, but I guess it might have. Anyways, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that I feel like the Camaros and Mustangs and Chargers and Challengers should only be V8 cars. They've been styled to look as such, and so they should be. Stop pretending. Don't be a pretender.